Hello everybody, it's Amiga Rob here, and today we're going to be looking at Amiga Format issue 54's Coverdisks, which was the Christmas 1993 edition, and it came with 2 discs if you bought it in the shops, one of which had as its main thing the renowned and quite famous Cannon Soccer Christmas edition. The last couple of years they've been doing, well, it would become a tradition for a Lemmings demo at Christmas, but this time around they went for Cannon fodder, and they came up with Cannon Soccer, which was a mix of sensible soccer and Cannon fodder. So and they also had a few other games and applications. We're going to have a good look at those, but first of all, we should have a look at this. Let's see where we go. Now, I don't quite remember how to play Cannon fodder, and I remember being a bit disappointed by this because I didn't really think it was that challenging or fun when it came out, but we'll give it a spin and see what happens. Oh yeah, helicopter, alright. Looks like some ammunition. I seem to remember you need to get some stuff up here before you go down. I think I'm going to need to slightly pull down that sound so you can hear me, because I'm talking very quietly today, you may have noticed. No danger of hitting my going over the top of the sound levels. So here we go. Oh, I've got a feeling there might have been something up there I needed, and I don't think I can go back up. Oh dear. Now I can hear the helicopter in my right ear, and I've got a feeling this might be one of the unfortunate limitations of that. Oh, remember how to shoot. As I say, I've got a feeling this might be one of the unfortunate limitations of the Amiga sound hardware that might affect me here, because you can't tell where something's coming from the stereo image. I think I'm in trouble here. Right, didn't last very long. I think that rocket sign probably indicates that those other things were rockets. Oh dear, this time I'll probably try and get it right. I'll click the right thing, let's try again. I don't remember it having one level as well, so I got that wrong. Oops. Is this going to start or what? What's going on here? Okay, let's get these ones first of all. So yeah, because the Amiga can't do stereo panning, unfortunately you can't, well, you could move the sound of the things around gradually. You'd have to use 2 channels and then, oh, right, how do I do this? How do I do this? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh no. Hang on. Oh no. I guess I needed what was ever in there. Oh. Didn't last long there, did I? I think I can remember why I I found this so disappointing now. Cannon Fodder was a decent game, as I recall. But this demo was really rubbish. Just a novelty, really. Right, hang on, if I'm here, should I just wait for the helicopter to come? So you just hear it getting louder, you can't hear which way it's coming from. And to fire those missiles I have to, or bazookas, I need to hit the right and then left mouse, which is pretty tricky on a finger pad that I'm using in a minute. Is finger pad the word? I don't know. Right, it's getting closer now. Right, so what are you meant to do with that? This is rubbish. I don't know what I'm meant to do. I'm going to give this one more go and then I'm going to try. It's snow time, I think. I mean, there isn't. It's just out into the open. There's no tactics here. I'm not even sure if those rockets can hit those helicopters. Just going to go for it. God, I have to do the wrong thing. Am I just supposed to get to the other end of the pitch? Is that what I need to do? I don't really remember what you're supposed to do in this game. Yeah, so you could, in theory, if you used a channel on either side, you could have used the volume controls on each channel to pan a sound around. I'm just going for it this time, just to make sure we got the rockets selected. Just going down the linesman's area. Well, it seems like there's something a bit more tactical happening at the bottom of the screen. I need to take out that guy with the Uzi in the middle, right? And there's no point splitting them up or anything because it's not going to make any difference. Right, let's go for it again. Top speed. Unless I left a decoy for him to blow up. God, this is crap. I'm beginning to think that was Cannon Fodder always this bad, or was it one of these games like Zool that got a bit of a soft ride because people were starting to worry that the Amiga was going down the tubes? There are games that get a hard time now, like oh no, that's the helicopter already. Oh, what? This is pointless. What hope have I got? You can't even get... Right, come on. We'll get there. We will get there. Up we go. Bombs. Grenades, are they, I should say. I'm guessing this was to promote Cannon Fodder 2, this one. Or maybe just a general Christmas push. Right, there we go, down the touchline. They all look like Argentinians to me. What hope have you got? There's nothing you can do about that. Alright, that's crap. I'm not going to play that. Let's try the other level and see what it's like. Wow, that looks like people throwing sticks. Oh, this is Megalomania, that's why. You're fighting the guys from Megalomania now. Oh, that is a good game, Megalomania. Do I need to blow up their base or what? What's the deal? What are you meant to do? I don't... This is frustrating. Hang on, I've gone the wrong way here, haven't I? I want to get these things. Oh, I can hear the helicopters already coming for me, so... Yep. Yeah, this doesn't deserve the fame it has. It's a terrible waste of time. Now, some people say that when Stuart Campbell went to Sensible Software, the whole thing went down the tubes, which I think is a bit harsh, but... I mean, this is really... It's not fun, and one of the things I think that hurt Amiga games a lot was that the original people that were playing the games on the Amiga came to develop a lot of the stuff, and they just made them too hard. Or pointless. I mean, there's no logic to this. So you can never actually enjoy the games because they're just... The odds of progressing are so small. I don't know whether that's because they didn't want to develop so much games, so they made it harder so that you couldn't finish it. You know, you had to make less games, so you... Unlike the big Japanese guys. Or the American studios that would make giant games. I think that's the problem, really. There's no way you can beat this. This is pathetic. Yeah, you know, so games got stretched out, and then with a thing like Cannon Fodder, I mean, difficulty level there is ridiculous. There's no logic, there's nothing to fix, it's just play it over and over again until you get lucky. There's no skill in that. So that's kind of fodder. I've had enough of that. And we shall have a look at the second disc. So, at some point in, I suppose it was in around 1992-1993, Amiga Format realised that they could squeeze a lot more onto their discs. They were going from one disc to 2 discs. So the first one, Amiga Format, I had 2 discs on it because it featured interface and a few other applications on one disc. And then you can see my video. There's a video out there for it that I've done. And on the other disc, they had a Lemmings demo and some other bits and pieces. Around 92-93. They started trying to squeeze. They had 2 discs as standard, plus they had a subscriber disc. And what they would do is try and add squeeze as much as they can onto the discs. And they started using a system called Disk Masher, which was a packer format that you could use to compress a whole disc. And a whole disk image rather than just an archive, so you could have the whole structure, you could have startup sequences, or if it was a non-standard format, you could potentially put a whole non-standard format disk on there, and it should in theory retain the structure. Now, I don't think it was well known at the time, but unfortunately there was actually a bug in the Disk Masher program, which is why we use different formats like ADF to compress disks. Now, one of the reasons I believe because they're not trusted as a preservation format. Neither is ADF. So that's a bit of a moot point, really. But anyway, so in order to actually use the software on these disks, I'm going to have to put some blank disks in and then unsquash them, which it can do using this amazing system. So I'm just putting a floppy disk in now, so let's see what happens. Okay, so we should see a blank disk appear on the desktop now. Now we're seeing, for some reason, CU Amiga Disk 54 because it hasn't put my floppy disk in. Okay. We should now see that disappear, and we should see an empty, there we go, empty disk, right. Although I've put it in the wrong drive. So, right, let's run. Let's put this in the other drive. It's all very entertaining, this. Right, okay. So, they've disappeared and I should swap around, great. So if I go into here, and you can see I've got some icons here. They do have some files, separate textures. Don't know what they're for. Blitz stuff, so I think there's some, I think they gave away Blitz Basic on a previous issue, and there's a disc of some extras for it there. I don't think I'm going to bother exploring that. You've got SuperJAM, which was a music reduction program that we'll have a look at, which was a really good program actually. I tried to use it recently, I couldn't figure it out, so we'll see if I can figure it out now. And XAP, which I think was some kind of game. The discs on this issue were really nice looking. They were see-through, translucent plastic. This one was red, and the other one was green. Right, so this is asking me to put a disc into DFO, which they can write to, and that isn't write protected, so we can hit return, and this should start writing to it, so you can see straight away Let's put a boot block on it. Oh. Looks like a standard boot block. The boot block's the first thing the system reads to... oh, thank you, it's gone. Oh, it's a demo XAP, right, so even demos, you had to go through this rigmarole to write it to a separate disk. Huh. Now that is the AMOS compiler. Maybe this is a demo of AMOS we're looking at. Let's read this demo. What does it say? Oh, blimey. XAP underwent 4 complete rewrites and was erased entirely once by a lamer exterminator which found out my disks. Incarnation 6 months on and off. Right, I see. So it's an example of what could be written in AMOS. Okay. About 5,000 long. Oh no, send me your registration number and a fiver and you can have it. Right. Issue over 20. Right, okay. Smart bombs are fired by pressing control key. Oh, that's not very good. I've got a feeling I'm not going to like this game. I've got a feeling I didn't even bother with it the first time around. Alright, well. How do I get out of this? Oh, I remember this one. This was good. You could scroll through. Yeah, you click up and it scroll and you shift upwards. Yeah, that's nice, right? But how do I get out? Is it escape? Yeah. Right. XAP. I wonder how it's going to run on the machine with all this memory. Got a virus checker running now, just in case we get any lamer exterminators. It could have changed the icon to something else. So I wonder if this is the full game or it is just a demo. Well, we'll soon find out. Any second now. Okay. Left mouse to play. Okay. I don't think I've ever played this. I've never played this game. I don't think I could be bothered with it. Well, it's not bad. I mean, it looks like it's been written in AMOS. It's got that kind of... It looks like it's been written in AMOS, but I don't... I've never played this before. It shows you how... It shows you how that disk masher thing could mess stuff up, because I just... This is a good idea for a game, but I just don't understand it. Yeah, there's too much going on. There's too much going on for me to understand it, but it doesn't. It's a bit of asteroids and there's wiggly lines everywhere. I don't know what it means. And triangles appearing. But it's very bleak that this was, unless this was part of a coding series, that this is what we had on a Christmas issue in 1993 when there was hardware in the shops. It's not even the complete game. those who may suffer from epilepsy probably shouldn't watch this game. Do I shoot these things? Oh, do I shoot that? Is that what I need to... Ah, right. So when they're in the bubbles, you shoot them. I mean, I didn't even get a chance then. Well, when one of them's turned green, it's game over. It's funny, I think I just couldn't be bothered. I never even played this one. Well, now I can shoot those ones. I don't get this. It's quite a smooth game, bearing in mind it was written in AMOS. It looks like it's written in AMOS, it's the kind of frame rate you expect from AMOS. And it shows off well the sprite handling routines of AMOS. But it's got that kind of AMOS frame rate and AMOS feel to it. I was on a bit of a... It's a curious little title, that's for sure. Give it one more go. Oh. You hit a bubble, they kill you. These things just appear anywhere. Yeah, my good. These kind of games really show up the lack of resolution on a modern laptop's control pad. Right, so let's eject that disk because that was rubbish, and let's eject that one. And let's reset and try something else. So, what we need to do now is stick that disk back in the drive, and we also need to make a new floppy disk for SuperJAM. So let's put that SuperJAM in there. Okay, so here we are. SuperJAM. Now I've got the disk emulation set really fast on this, so disk is writing much quicker than it should do normally. New non-bootable boot block, so I think what we'll do is we'll install this to the hard disk. All done. Can we install it to the hard disk is the next question. System. Oh, that's good. Good thing to call it. I wonder if the texture's too... No, I thought that might be something to do with this for a second. Turbo sound. AMOS. Well, let's install it to the hard disk, which I guess I can do just by dragging it on there. As it doesn't boot, it shouldn't have any dependencies, so a bit of a mess in here, I need to sort that out. If I just drag that there, oh yeah, you can't do it, that's good, they've given it that name. So let's rename that. Call it SuperJAM. Or call it UperJAM. Okay, strange. I hit some. Okay, it's weird. It's not letting me type the name. Ah, I've got an idea what might be going on. Let's try this. It's having problems with certain letters. I can't type any A's. Right, let's just call it Super J for now then. Copy, 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 and that should turn up as a folder on there. There we go, Super J. Alright, let's load it and see what happens. Oh great, it's looking... Okay. Now Virus Z has picked up some of this behaviour. Now I guess this could be one of the earliest examples of things like McAfee nobbling perfectly innocent software, but SuperJAM looks like it's modified a few entries in the exec base, which I think is the bit with the exec, I guess, that talks to some of the hardware, which it probably did because it does some clever things. I think it tries to stretch out the tracks a bit. And the serial in's probably because it uses the MIDI ports, so I'll just let that carry on for now. I'm just a bit concerned because I couldn't get those letters to work just then, but right. This is really good, so it's looking for system. Right, okay, so then I guess what I'm going to have to do, this is really clever. A non-bootable disk that, I'm losing the key. Oh, I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong. I can fix this. I think I'll have my letters back now. Yeah, okay. I had something set up in WinUE, so I had joystick controls set up on some of the normal typing keys, and it means you can't use them as typing keys. So first thing we'll do, we'll rename that to SuperJAM. No, it won't let me do it because that application is open. Let's just click cancel then. This is the kind of fun you have when you're trying to do stuff. I've forgotten this has got a crazy menu system. Right. See, here am I moving SuperJAM. Right. Yeah, there's a folder called system, so why would you have a dependency that's looking for a folder called system? Anyway. DHO is the drive name, but I would do it sys system because I can't remember what the actual volume name is. No, sorry, SuperJAM. So this will mean when it calls for this system volume, it'll look in the sys volume SuperJAM folder, which we've just created, haven't we? Didn't I rename that to SuperJAM? There we go. Let's try that again. Right. So SuperJAM is an application that's meant to give you a kind of band in a box, and it's modify those vectors again. I think it's okay. Funny that it's doing stuff in a non-standard way though. Maybe this is just being over fussy. I don't like this screen mode. Can I change it? It looks horrible. I've got a feeling this will work with screen mode promotion. I might do a video on that. Let's do this. That's a bit better. So it mimics the workbench screen mode. Interesting. Doesn't look quite as distorted. Keyboard load, create chords and all that. So yeah, this like, I think as I recall, this is a bit like if you've got a Casio or Yamaha keyboard or something that's got an accompaniment option, and it can generate a whole band around you, and you used to be able to get all kinds of styles and stuff to load into it. And I think you can pretty much press one key in it, generate something. So let's see if they've given us anything in here by way of example. Oops. Section demos. Styles, turbo sounds, right. So it doesn't look like there's any sample song in there at all. It's a bit surprising. Okay. I might get... Oh. Okay. That was a bit of a delay. Ah, I wonder if this is talking to the MIDI. I think that sound came from the PC. Oops. Yeah, I think that sound's come from the PC, so it's going across the MIDI port. So it's coming off of the WAV table, WAV emulation thing that's built into Windows. Great, so what I want to do is set this to... Oh, that's a minor, that's a major, right. Okay, well let's just start it and see what happens. So we're going to have a bit of a delay. Or is that the Amiga sound? Let me check my mixer here. Great, isn't it? I think it's the Amiga sound. Right. See what we can produce. Yeah, it's getting a bit like Agadoo. Maybe it just changes on the next bar, that's it. Push pineapple, shake a tree. Gone for the minor chords because I'm a misery like that, and I think if I click that, do we get rid of the piano? Oh, there, here we go. Let's give it a 7th. Right, okay, so the 7th has come in. C, D, no, D, so... So is that a D7? Doesn't look like a D7. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that looks more like a D7. But how do I choose which chord? Ah, hang on, define chords, right. So if we do... Now, it would help if I knew where that must be coming from the PC because it's all mono. It's in both sides. Unless it's mixing, can I? Right, I'll tell you what, let's load a band. There's the styles. Come to think of it, I think I only use this with a MIDI keyboard, so I'm not sure if there is any way. I think we'll use the workbench pointer because this saxophone pointer is ridiculous, and I think we'll use the workbench 2 file request on because the requester is ridiculous as well. That's a bit better. Shame we can't get rid of this stupid thing. Oh, because that's just calling out that, isn't it? What have we got? Accessories? Nothing. Empty. So how can I tell if it's talking to a MIDI? I do wonder if this is mixing this on the fly, and it is Amiga sound I'm hearing. That's a big delay. Oh, hang on. That's coming out of the PC. But the other stuff I think might be mixed in the Amiga. Or is it? There's absolutely nothing to tell you about MIDI channels. Chord list. I do remember getting this to do work with a MIDI keyboard and it generating a band around me kind of thing, but I don't think it's anything I can do. I think we'll have to come back to this one day. And it's funny that it's not reproducing the overscan, is it? I think I'm going to do a video on mode promotion at some point, because that's pretty cool. You can get everything on your Workbench desktop. Although, it is good to have screens as well. Because I think these are a lot handier. I wish I could do something you still can't do on Windows, is screens. Like this. Double screen width. Okay. Something that's probably underused on the Amiga as well, that. Well, at least it fills up the overscan area. This, I think that's going to an FM emulator on the Windows side. So how do you do images if I wanted to go straight from C? Because it's actually changing the chords. If I want to go straight from C to F major 7th. Oh, what a mess. Oh, hang on. D minor, E minor, C major. Oh yeah, because it's D minor. No, hang on. D flat. What a racket this is. So you can, from here, this keyboard, you can only click a chord. Ah, hang on. Right, okay. But then even then when I click that, it's changing them instantly. This would make more sense if it changed it when you actually... God, this is awful. I'll be amazed if there's anybody still watching this now. I don't really get the idea of this. And now I want to make a video about mode promotion instead, so I think I'm going to abandon this. And now remember this. Hang on a minute. I am really beginning to think this is playing in the Amiga. Check we've got the CPU speed set at fast as possible. I wonder if because there's a lot of RAM, it's using a big buffer. Right, I'll tell you what, one way you can figure this out. Oh no, they are, look! That's directs it to MIDI, and that is, it's all real samples mixing in real time, so hang on. If you can bear this. Oh. I mean, what could you do with this? It's probably why it's patching the vectors as well. It's a bit better. So if I pull that, let's get that guitar right back. Yeah, it looks like it is now. Hang on, is that also left to right? So if I just mixed it into mono. So if I switch that to MIDI, yeah, that's cool now. So it's maybe that huge memory is making a huge buffer for mixing, and it's causing the big delay. Oh, one-stop music shop. Right. Yes, let's see what other bands we've got. Ah. Right, so if I pick General MIDI, this will probably start playing through the... Oh no, it's not working. But yes, that was actually a sampled sound canvas band. Turbo sound band. And that's from the samples we've got. Oh no, I wasn't even playing that other band, so it stopped it. No, not load keyboard. Load band. So let's try a General MIDI band and see if it comes through there. No, we're not getting it through the Windows MIDI device driver. Let's go back to the Turbo Sound band, which sound terrible. So what can you really do with this? Okay. No solo button then these days. So right, I've switched off everything now, haven't I? So let's get the guitar back. Right. This must be different patterns it can do. These are a lot of samples it's mixing, so it's no surprise it uses a large buffer. And it's in mono. Right, if I pull that down. Right, it goes right back in the mix. I mean, that's about 4 samples just used on that one channel. If I switch that to Gnarly Dude. I want to hear these samples by themselves because I think that's mixing a huge number of effects there. A huge number of sounds. I think I'd forgotten that it worked that way. I think I need to use the commodity that brings this to front. I'm not surprised it's patching the audio channels. Oh, there's one channel it's not patching. Let's see if this... Oh, it does have a sound thing on it. Let's go to multi-view and see if it will load these samples. Come to think of it, I can't remember if multi-view can load sound samples. I don't think I have an application on here that can do sound samples. Have to be on for another day. Interesting though, so it looks like it mixes it on the fly. Well, that's SuperJAM for now anyway. We might come back to that in the future. That's quite a terrible menuing system it's got. So by now we had no more picture of the month. I ditched that at some point. Actually, the guy that did... What's happened there? Oh, that's me. King Kong has done that. Huh, that's clever. Wonder if I can get that to start up like that. Make a lot of sense. Yep. Yeah, so they didn't have a picture of the month, which is unfortunate. The artist of one of the other pictures of the month, a gentleman named Simon Wilkinson, has gone on to have a career as a creative, as many Amiga users have. He actually saw the video and made a comment on there. Did the Count Duckula on the Amiga Format 18 disc, fantastic. Did the Count Duckula and Donald Duck picture. So that was good. I was very happy to see that. Now I'm just generating another blank floppy disk, and we'll have a look at this Blitz Basic stuff. But it's really beginning to look like it was a thin Christmas. This SuperJAM was a good application, I think, but quite complicated, and I don't know. I mean, I guess they sold the manual and stuff, and that was part of the reason why these people got into these magazines. They put their applications in there, it's because they wanted to sell the things that told you how to actually use it. But so let's go for this Blitz stuff one, and we'll just have a look and see what's going on. I reckon those textures are for I think Imagine Ray Tracer was released the month before, so I guess there might be textures for that. Another non-bootable boot block. Here we go. Let's have a look and see what's on. Ah, there's a game in here called Caffeine Free. Now I remember, so we've got a folder here with some code. These are all for Blitz Basic 2, which I think they gave away on a previous issue. I know it wasn't very old when they gave it away, but again, it was one of those where you need to get the manual. Blitz Basic 2 was basically came out to replace AMOS, I guess. Much faster. It was usable on for creating commercial games that were a lot more slicker and a lot closer to assembler coded games. I just found it too difficult to understand. It used C structures, so I didn't really think it was a it was really a Amiga a basic, to be honest. README, let's have a quick look at README. No, I'm not going to do that. It says maybe we can load this into a... Maybe we can load this into Multi-view. See, what they really need to do is an icon you could just drag it onto on the desktop. I wonder if there's a way of doing that. I think TED just stood for text editor, so it should just be normal ASCII text. Here we go. When the human race took the stars, it was long before they first made extraterrestrial species. Blah 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 blah. So shoot 'em up. Keyboard A Z up. A Z O P. Left to right space fire. Okay. Let's give this a go then. This is an exciting thing. You could get... Did multi-view open on its own screen then? Let's have a look. Let us have a look. No, it just changed the title bar. I've lost the... I think I've lost the window now. Where's it gone? There it is. Right. You could get it to open its own window. For things like graphics, I think it would look a bit strange sometimes if you didn't have a high colour screen mode set. I don't know how many colours I've got set here actually, I can't remember. 4. Let's take that up and see if it changes. Oh, maybe that's because I've got... Close that. Oh no, maybe Forest Z. There we go. And do any of the icons look any different? No? So that was a waste of time. Anyway, let's try Caffeine free with AZOP and space to fire. Let's see what we got here. Right, so the caffeine free diet shoot 'em up. Shall we give it a spin and see what we end up with? It's a kind of pointy uppy downy thing. It's a bit unusual. It looks like it's got an energy bar as well. Which makes a bit more sense, because it always annoys me when you get the tiniest little bump on your spaceship and your whole spaceship gets demolished. So, Blitz Basic was a basic that was really good at handling sprites and stuff. You can compare it to that AMOS game and see how much smoother it is. It was much faster. Really good at these kind of games that have a very early arcade feel, like Defendery type feel. But I mean, there's a lot. I think that's probably a single sprite that's rotating there. It was pretty good at rotating sprites. No, come on. No, I have to go down to this thing. Stupid noise. I mean, this isn't incredibly polished, but it's a good example of what you could pull off in Blitz Basic. And, oh, I don't know what that means. Bouncy balls. I've got a feeling this game's a little bit... Oh. there's a few ideas in this. I wouldn't mind them introducing in, more advanced games like the up and downy thing, the shield, and this just press fire and you're getting multiple shots rather than now it's a use an auto fire. Not much happening. In fact, I'm just wondering how much I can just float along the bottom here. Why go in harm's way? Oh, there's why. Got a little tap there. Yeah, it really handles scrolling really well, this thing. Is this an end of level boss? So it's a little bit like Thrust and Defender in the way it controls, sort of, I guess. Oh, that's nice. Just get that. There we go. Oh, level 2. I don't know what any of those things mean. There's no obstacles. You can just... So I think this is more about what Blitz Basic can do rather than being a great game. But anyway, that's quite interesting. I can just get rid of that now. So, the other thing that Amiga Format started doing around this time was having an additional disc for the subscribers, and it used to annoy me because I wouldn't subscribe because I guess I didn't think the magazine was getting better, and I didn't think the other disc was that amazing most of the time, but we'll have a look at the subscriber disc and see what we think of it. I think it was normally just some utilities. If I can find it, here we go. Hopefully we won't get any virus hits on this one. Subscribers disc 6. And everything is packed. AREX guide pack, Amiga guide, right, I know this was the newest version. Okay, unpacks the RAM. Okay, that's interesting. I know this was the newest version at the time. I think this is before 3.1, so we can have a look at the version. If I don't get lost while I'm trying to do it. Which I have done, I've got lost. Here we go. I got lost on the Windows side. Amiga Guide 34 and 39. Okay, let's read this. This disk archive contains Amiga Guide development tools and examples, blah blah blah. I think they were struggling to fill these disks, to be honest. AD2D. In the V39 data types, Amiga class part. Yeah, I don't know how many people really needed this. That is literally just the directory. This would just be needless clutter on 99% of people's. Unless that actually helps you make it. What does that do? cross-reference. Oh. No, let's get rid of that. So is this for... Oh, so this is for different versions of Kickstart, so maybe this one works on Workbench too. W display. Okay. And I guess this one was only for... No? No? Okay. Alright, well we can have a look and see if it's... Oh, because I've got multiple colours set now, it's giving me a nice orange thing there. There's orange prompt. Let's have a look then if we go version RAM disk Amiga guys, using King Kong here that I set up in the previous video. Okay, and then we pick a file. Oh, it's got an installer. Where is it though? Amiga guys. 34.2, so the version. But I don't even know if I have an Amiga guide file on my system. I don't even know if I... Now it just has multi-view. Is Amiga Guide the same as multi-view? Right, let's install it and find out what it is. Right, newer version is present. Oh, it's in my library folder. Go on. Right, so let's have a look. I should have guessed that, really. Might be not comparing apples with apples here, but... Right, 40.40, so... What's W display? No idea what that does. Looks like a commodity though. I'll have to go into commodities at some point. There is utilities that sort of generally gave extra functionality for the operating system, but you could choose to unload them. So it would be like in Windows, you had a dedicated tool for clipping images into the buffer. But if you didn't want to use up the RAM, you could just not load it. So they all came as separate executables, it wasn't part of the kernel. Let's have a look and see if we can find a library on here. We've got C, directory, flash libs. Right, there we go. Same version, unless it just overwrote it anyway. Well, I don't know. Let's have a look what else we've got. D tree. What does D tree do? Great. Amiga guys. No, multi-view. Let's have a look and see what multi-view says. Directory tree display. If you ever use a PC, IBM PC, you can use DOS command tree. Alright, so it's DOS command. Right. Could be D tree. Let's give it a try. I might use this from now on. Who wrote this? Sammy in July the 8th, 1993. Right, okay, so it just gives you a folder. Let's just do this, let's do copy RAM. In fact, I don't think I want to keep this. I'm going to have no use for this, so I'll just run it. Have a proper look. So let's do. This should show all the folders. Oh. Blimey. So this is showing all the folders on the system partition. And there's a lot of Svenska and Danks by the looks of it. Yeah, I think this has got caught in a loop. I think there's some kind of link that's thrown it back on itself. Yeah, that's what's happened. Because there's no way there's this many folders. Right, so that don't work. As far as I'm concerned. Plip, now there's a thing called a Plip box now that you can plug into the parallel port, and it gives you you can connect it to the Ethernet. It's got all clever stuff on it, so I guess this is some of that parallel link IP or something. Let's have a look. Oh, I have to close this and open it again. So no. Where did it go to? Say we're at, but it doesn't say where. Can I call multi-view from here? I can, good. Oh look, and it's even in the right directory. How did that happen? I didn't change that directory, okay. Well, anyway. Link Sana 2 standard, 2 Amigas using, oh it's for between Amigas. Okay. How do you do it? You need at least kickstart a workbench 2.0. To use Blitz also. Some SATA 2 component network protocol and everyone coming handy. Poop device, blah blah blah. So how do you cable, right? Male. Right, 1000 female because they changed the gender between the 1000 and the 500 and 2000 on the parallel port. Pin assignment UGO. Difference from PARNet. Double check before using. There's something else I'm not going to demonstrate on here, so. See, not really, I mean, useful, so I'm not going to do this null modem thing. Recover, but simple. I'm not going to do these AREX scripts, because I think we'll look into AREX more in the future. What's recover? This sounds more interesting. I wonder if there was a patch to do automatic refreshes on. Why it's not showing those other folders? Anyway, here we go. Recover. Hang on, that should appear because it's got a icon. Why won't it show? Right, don't know why that won't show. Anyway, let's try and run it. Let's try and type it first. Version 0.09. Let's try this. Scanning device. 4 files. Maybe this is just for recovering stuff off of damaged disks. Much more power packer. MMPP. Test. Let's recover that, shall we? See what it is. This is very intuitive so far. Oh, and it's taken over that CLI, so. Well, there's a file test. Let's try it. Oh, this file is for test and recover. If you're reading this, it works, so it must be for getting back deleted files. Clever. I did see a folder that said samples. It's the only thing I haven't done, apart from those AREX scripts I'm not going to do. Samples. Really not that. Oh, there's a lot of samples. I reckon they're for SuperJAM. Right, we'll do SuperJAM now then. Let's do SuperJAM. Right, I've already... right. Okay. Now I think I've fixed the technical problems that I had. Okay, so I had some technical problems earlier with SuperJAM that I hadn't completely got my head around, so let's do that, change those system vectors again. I used to have a thing that plugged in so that if there was an unassigned folder a volume that you needed, you could just assign it automatically. Let's get the shell back. That should deal with that. Assign. Right, let's set this so it doesn't look stupid again. Right, now this should work much better now. Yes, okay, this is more like it. And we've also got a load of samples, but I don't know how to use them. We can try those, so replay this. Oh, this is much better now. Right. Right. Strange, seems to have stopped doing any sound. I may have slightly nobbled the Amiga side of things here. Oh, that's better. Let's try again. It's definitely doing some on-the-fly channel mixing here. This sounds much better than before. Right. Okay, so I had some technical difficulties there. This sounds tons better, right? He says as it starts going funny again. Not quite sure what the deal is here. That sound's definitely just gone. Maybe we need to give it a bit more CPU so it can... Maybe we need to give it a bit less CPU. Okay. Let's try again. Don't get this. Yeah, maybe I've got an emulation problem. But it sounds better than it did before anyway. Well, the sound kind of disappears every now and again, and I know this, I'm pretty sure this isn't an Amiga problem, so I may well have to come back to SuperJAM another time, because I can't figure it out. So, in short, that is Amiga Format issue 54 in all its glory. I don't know whether it's just my state of mind, but I find it a bit depressing, really, that one. It's I don't know if it's just, maybe it's just me today. I just find the whole thing a little bit bleak. But thank you very much for watching. It's a bit longer than I thought it would be. I'll cover SuperJAM properly in another video. But thanks for watching. It's great. I've got 3 subscribers now. I had 1 the last time I made a video. Now I've got 3, and I've also had a few comments, which is fantastic. Enjoying making the videos, and I'll keep doing it. And if we carry on at this rate, I mean, maybe 6 subscribers at the end of next week, week after that, maybe 12, 24, you know, before you know it, this is, you know, maybe as many as 30 subscribers, who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like it, please like. If you don't like it, please dislike. It all helps. Please go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell thing as well, so you get a video, an alert when I put up a new video. And thanks for watching. Catch you all next time. Ta-ta.